Alright everyone, so today I wanted to show you guys some pretty crazy footage here of somebody actually pulling a Void Legendary from a Mystery Shard, and I wanted to show this footage to really bring to light a big issue that has been ongoing in Raid Shadow Legends for a while now. It seems lately though that more of these videos have been surfacing and more content creators have been talking about this, but this is by no means something brand new to the game, and it has to do with these hackers and cheaters in Raid Shadow Legends. So I wanted to actually show you guys the video footage here because it truly is shocking. I mean, you will see a Void Legendary from a Mystery Shard, the amount of shards that this person has as well, and then some crazy stuff with actually the power level that he has on a Gaelic. It's just truly crazy some of the things that these hackers are able to do with the game. So let's jump right into this footage here. I'm only going to show you guys a couple of seconds worth at a time, of course, just so you guys can indeed see that this is real. They're not altered screenshots or anything like this. I'll also leave the video links in the description as well if you guys want to take a look at the full videos in detail more on your own later. But let's just take a look at this actual Mystery Shard opening. Notice the actual number of shards as well that this account actually has. And even Sacred Shards, I know there's at least a couple hundred there. So there's a lot of really crazy things going on with this actual account that you'll be able to see. So let's see here. So opening up a Mystery Shard, and you'll see this is a Mystery Shard. It's not a Sacred or a Void or anything like that. And right off the bat from this Mystery Shard, we see a Sir Nicholas. So, and you can actually take a look as well, those of you guys who are still feeling suspicious. Everything lines up. You can go to the original video as well. You know, the number of shards are still the same. This is not some crazy high-tech photoshopping, editing, or anything of that nature. It is just a hack in the game, and this appears, after investigating this video in more detail with just the amount of crazy stuff that's going on with this account in particular, it seems like this is a private server for the game. Now, I'm not 100%, of course. These videos are all in Russian, and this seems like this is something that is happening in the Russian community, or at least they're getting access to this footage, you know, on their side of the community for now. However, you know, now that it's finally starting to surface to us English content creators, it's really only a matter of time before we start to see people in our community really be able to get a hold of this stuff a lot easier, and who knows what major problems it's going to lead to in the future, or should I say what additional major problems, because it's already a big problem on its own. So let's see, we've got the Sir Nicholas, and just, you know, going back here a little bit, you'll see that, you know, even from the shards, like, nobody would ever pull, you know, like, the top 3 legendaries in a row like that. Like, clearly, there's some crazy stuff going on with this actual account. And let me go to that footage here with the Gaelic. You see here, level 5, look at that power level, 1.6 billion. So, it looks like the attack has been modified to have a elite 1337, but it's elite to the 1337 billion attack right there, or million attack, I should say. Either way, if you actually see later on in the video, he's able to take a single level 1 Gaelic through Dragon's level 20 in a clear time of what looks like 10 seconds. And also notice that the best clear time on the account is also just 1 second as well. So very suspicious things going on here. Obviously, this is not normal. This is not normal Raid Shadow Legends. Whether it is, you know, just a super hack, or whether it's just a complete private server on its own, Plarium's response to this has just truly been, you know, I don't even know what to really say. So, okay, so what I wanted to do is show you guys that this is not just one video on one person's YouTube channel. Like, this is clearly out there, and this is actually another channel with more footage of this crazy stuff going on here. And I wanted to bring attention to the actual clear times here for Dragon, right? So sure, some people can get low clear times when it comes to high stage dungeons, but, you know, when I say low clear times, I'm not talking about 1 or 2 seconds. That's a pretty clear sign that there is something very suspicious going on, because even if you clear it really quickly, just the loading animations themselves, you know, 1 to 2 seconds, that's a sign that something very, very fishy is going on. You can see here that it is indeed the video footage, and like I said, if you guys want to take a look at all this stuff in detail on your own, I'll leave this all in the description. I can't really show too much footage in my own video for obvious YouTube reasons, but, you know, this is out there on multiple YouTube channels, multiple videos, lots of footage, clearly to the point, beyond where it's just, oh, this could be photoshopped, this could be fake. It's something is happening, whether it's a private server where this stuff is a lot easier to actually do, whether it's just a hacking engine, a cheating engine. I don't know the specific details, but this is out there, and it really needs to be handled by Plarium. And they actually did respond, but it was definitely not the type of response that I was expecting them to make about a situation like this. So let's get into their response, which was actually not today, it was yesterday. Like I said, I'm not even the first person really talking about this. This is something that's been going on for a while now. And they, I think, responded yesterday with this comment. So let's take a look at it. Posted by Cirilla. Guys, lately there have been several videos showing strange things happening in the game, things that contradict certain laws of the correct game performance and game balance. We assure you that there is nothing to worry about. We wouldn't let such deviations go unnoticed and not taken care of if they were true. At all times, we monitor all sides of the game and take immediate measures if needed. So like I said, even though the screenshot says today, I took the screenshot yesterday, so this was posted a couple of days ago at this point. It was edited, it looks like, by Cirilla, but I don't know what part of it she actually edited. But this response right here is very, very surprising. And there's a couple things that you can kind of interpret from this response, other than, typical Plarium. They could just not be telling the truth because they might not be able to. It might, bring panic. It might hurt their revenue sales, so on and so forth. But, this type of response could also mean that it's probably more likely like a private server thing where it's not actually interfering with the game data of the real or the original Raid Shadow Legends server. But either way, even if it is a private server, this is still something that needs to be addressed by Plarium, because, this is something that could clearly impact, their game, their revenue, and people's experience in the future. So, the fact that this footage is out there, there's many people talking about this, it's really, this kind of statement is absolutely not appropriate for the type of things that are going on in game right now. So, as this goes on as well, it seems like we're getting more information, more footage. I know this is something I did not talk about right away because I wanted to wait to see if we got a little bit more information, or if maybe Plarium or the Diamonds would make a little bit more of a concrete response to this. But unfortunately, we've got the no comment besides, this post that we see right here. So we'll just kind of have to keep an eye on what's going on with this in the future and see it where it leads. But I wanted to, oh, look at that, right when I'm recording, we've got a maintenance notice. But I wanted to talk about something else that I saw at the top of Reddit. And, speaking of all this craziness that's going on in Raid Shadow Legends, especially with the ×2 event that we actually saw very recently, it seems like a lot of people are very skeptical about shards in the game, and what the shard system is, whether there's something suspicious or fishy about it. And the fact that this was actually at the top of the Raid Reddit really goes to show that a lot of people believe that there's something very suspicious going on with shards. And I wanted to talk about this to give my opinion on this exact theory and whether I think there is something suspicious going on or not. So this was actually posted by Stu Gaming, not the actual Reddit post, but the comment was, you could see 306 upvotes as well. So, clearly this is something that a decent amount of people believe to be true. Did you see this post from last night? So I just had a clanmate who is a tester for Raid Shadow Legends division of Plarium break down how the shard system actually works. I won't name this person to save his identity, but he is on the lowdown. Every hero in the game has a hero number that is part of the code. All shards, as soon as they hit your storage, are assigned a number. That is the champion you pull. The only RNG for shards is what number is assigned when it hits your inventory. Plarium maintains a fixed percentage of number assignments. On events, the only shards that get the ×2 boost or the ×10 boost chance are new shards added to your inventory. So basically packs. Example, let's say that a Rhodos' champion number, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Your ×2 chance happens when new shards are added to your inventory of having that number as a draw. Stockpiled shards prior to an event will draft the same position that they would have before the event. Anyone see this post? Think this is true. So, kind of going through this and breaking it down here. Now, to answer the question, and, a lot of the worry that people have of, do I think that there is something potentially suspicious going on with shards and RNG, given all the craziness that we've kind of seen about Plarium over the last few weeks? I definitely think that there is a strong possibility that that could be the case. Do I think, though, that it would work exactly the way that Stu Gaming mentioned in this post? I think it's highly unlikely. And the reason why I say that is because if this were actually the case, that all the footage that you see out there of people pulling shards during these ×2 events, you would not really notice that big of an increase for Epic Champions. And, you know, clearly, if you see it and you take a look at it on the, you know, bigger scale here, when you see people pulling lots and lots of shards, that you do indeed get an increase to the number of Epic Champions. You know, Legendary Champions have a much smaller chance in order to pull, so that one is maybe a little bit more suspicious. But if there is something that is suspicious about shards and the way that they work, which there very well could be, and I'm not saying that that's not the case. I absolutely do not 100% believe Plarium, especially given their response to the situation that we have right now. But if there is something suspicious going on, I don't think that it works the way that Stu Gaming mentioned, because if that were the case, then we would not really see a whole lot of additional epics being pulled during these ×2 events. So, you know, that's kind of my I guess, breakdown of this exact post. But, you know, we'll have to just take a look at lots more shard pulls in detail in the future. Really taking a look at the large sample sizes is important as well. You can't just take a look at, you know, your 10 or 20 shard pulls and make a conclusion from that, because RNG works in very mysterious ways. You have to really look at it on a very large scale to get a much better understanding of it. But, you know, we'll just have to explore this in the detail in the future later on. Anyway, that is enough information in this video today. I can't really do anything more, even if I wanted to, it looks like, because apparently we've got maintenance going on right now, and I already saw this notice earlier today as well. So I'm going to leave it here for the video. If you guys enjoyed and you want more videos like this in the future, consider subscribing to the channel. Feel free to leave a like as well. Really do appreciate all the support, everyone. Thank you so much. And more Raid Shadow Legends videos, guides, tutorials, all that fun stuff should be popping up on the screen right about now. Feel free to check them out, but if not, until next time, take care, everyone, and this is Salt of the Salty Guild, signing out.